Troops in Gaza have begun to answer Israeli airstrikes with mortar fire. The Palestinians in Gaza have been protesting the Israeli siege and occupation for almost 2 months now. Dan Cohen has the latest tonight.
The Israeli military launched more than 30 airstrikes and tank shells on the Gaza Strip, and Palestinian militants reportedly associated with Islamic Jihad fired dozens of rockets into Israel. The Israeli missiles are reported to have targeted sites belonging to Al-Qassam and the Al-Quds brigades, the military wings of Hamas and Islamic Jihad. One Palestinian belonging to Al-Qassam was killed, and shrapnel reportedly impacted a Palestinian school. However, 3 Israeli soldiers were lightly injured, and a mortar landed in an Israeli kindergarten. Israel had been expecting a response from Islamic Jihad since it killed 3 of its fighters on Sunday morning. The Israeli military also announced it had detonated a tunnel under construction that it said extended from the Gaza Strip into Egypt and into Israeli territory. Gaza's electric company announced that lines delivering power from Israel had been cut. Gaza already suffers from severe electricity shortages, which limit availability to 3 to 4 hours per day. Until this attack, Palestinian armed factions have refrained from responding as Israeli snipers have shot more than 3,000 mostly unarmed Palestinian protesters and killed 113 who were partaking in the Great March of Return. More than half were killed in one day, the deadliest since Israel's assault on Gaza in 2014. The escalation comes as a new front to the Great March of Return opens on the sea. Hundreds of Palestinians gathered at Gaza's seaport to send off a flotilla of university students, cancer patients, and protesters wounded during the march. The flotilla was comprised of 3 boats attempting to break the naval blockade and reach Cyprus. However, Israeli gunships opened fire with so-called warning shots. 2 of the boats turned back, and the Israeli Navy intercepted and confiscated the 3rd.
The passengers on the boat today, which is the Freedom Boat, are going to convey their message to the free world that we want to live freely as you, the people in the free world.
In Washington, Dan Cohen, RT.